George W. Bush's chief strategist, Matthew Dowd, publicly broke with him during the former president's re-election bid in 2007 over disagreements on the Iraq War. That was a long time ago. But having spent more than a decade as an independent political analyst, Matthew Dowd is heading back into the game, announcing his candidacy as a Democrat running for lieutenant governor of Texas.
Dan Patrick has been lying and deceiving, fracturing the bonds we share and endangering all our lives. And that is why I am running for the powerful office of Lieutenant Governor of this great state.
Okay, first of all, I have to say to Matthew Dowd, who I worked with over at my former employer, first of all, hi, good to see you.
It's great to see you, Adrian, and glad you landed where you are. You've always been the best.
Oh, well, thank you. You're very kind, and congratulations. This is a major chapter for you, and that video we just watched was from you just released that yesterday, right?
Yeah, I announced yesterday, put out the video yesterday, and started the campaign yesterday morning. It just begun. It's 404 days now till Election Day in November, and every day I'm going to be trying to tell the truth about what's been going on in Texas.
Okay, so here's my first question for you. First of all, what made you want to run in the first place? Why was this important for you?
Well, I've watched what's happened in our country over the last 5 years, and which has, I think, been greatly disturbing, and what's happened to our democracy and the Constitution I've always believed in, and the attacks on it. And then January 6th happened, which I think was a pivotal moment for a lot of Americans' mind in the insurrection that occurred at the U.S. Capitol. And then as I watched the legislative session in Texas, where they didn't concentrate on the things they needed to, like the electric grid, like health care, like good-paying jobs, and they went on a culture war, especially led by my Republican opponent now, Dan Patrick. And all of that, I would have, if you had asked me on January 1st if I was going to run for statewide office, I would have said no way. I would have probably laughed. But I think all of us have to ask ourselves in many different ways, in the news media and all that, what can we do to try to improve our country or improve our state? And I decided that running for this office was a way to do that. So
running for this office, you're running as a Democrat. I think that's surprised a lot of people, even though you've been very critical of the Trump administration. Talk to us about this. Is this strategy? Is this affiliation that you really have a heartfelt connection to?
So I ran the last, actually, Democratic campaign in Texas that won for lieutenant governor in the 90s, a guy named Bob Bullock. I actually helped Ann Richards, who was the last Democratic governor to win in Texas. And so I spent a lot more time in my life before I went to work for George W. Bush as a Democrat. To me today, the choice is fundamentally not a choice between red and blue. It's a choice between who stands for democracy in the small d and who stands for autocracy. And I think the two parties are very divergent on that right now. I think the Democrats are the ones that stand for the democratic principles, small d, in our Constitution, and the Republicans don't. And so I think all Americans, that's the choice. Are you on the team that believes in our Constitution, or are you the team that believes in do whatever is you necessarily do to achieve power? And I think the Democrats are that, and that's why I'm running as a Democrat.
There's a lot of shaking going on in both parties, with the Democratic Party very much split right now as we're having all of these decisions made this week. And then Republicans shaken up, of course, by the last presidency, former President Trump. Do you think George W. Bush would be a Democrat today if he were to run for office again?
He would, I don't know. He would definitely not be a Republican. I think if George W. Bush ran for governor today in the Republican primary in Texas, he wouldn't even get 10% of the vote in Texas. He couldn't win the nomination as a Republican. So I think George W. Bush, from what I can tell, is very happy staying out of the fray and painting or doing whatever he does in Dallas or his ranch in Central Texas. I think he'd stay out of politics today as much as he could.
All right. Well, you're jumping right in, both feet, full-fledged Democratic candidate for Texas Lieutenant Governor. Congratulations.
Thank you. So great to talk to you again, Adrian.
Yeah, good to hear your voice and see you. Thank you so much, Matthew.